Yo! Video games.
Lawnmower Man.
Run Saber's good.
If Steve was here, we'd play Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
Cybernator, I think we played that. It's a crazy one. Maybe. We should try that shit. You wanna try it now? Are you gonna beat this game? You almost done?
It's been a while. I can't remember how to get out of the sewers. We're stuck. We're lost forever.
And everyone's gonna be lost when they actually.
It's not even that difficult. I know what you gotta do. I just don't remember how to do it.
What's gonna happen in the new one is that you're gonna be in the sewers and you're not gonna know where to go. And then suddenly you're gonna get a beep, 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 and a huge mini map is gonna come up and show you the general direction you need to go. Yeah, like Metroid Prime Remaster. Granted, I'm glad as fuck they added that shit, dude. And Metroid Prime, that game would have taken twice as much playtime from me, of me being just aimlessly looking the fuck around where I should be going.
That is the point of Metroid.
I would be completely fine with that if it was 2D. That's my problem.
Well, then get some depth perception, man.
Bruh, like
Mondell's advocating here, but like, that is Metroid.
And chat thought I was high and crazy when I'm like, dude, this game makes me nauseous as shit. And chat is like, dude, you're making it up that other people used to say that. I'm like, buddy, I worked at a store where people returned this game to the store because it said it was making them sick. When Metroid Prime was getting returned to the store.
That's what Turok did for me in the N64 days.
Yep.
I remember I'm like...
That was probably frame rate and a bunch of shit.
Frame rate, yeah. And I'm like, why am I like getting nauseous? Like I feel like I'm about to throw up.
Yeah.
I'm like, is the video game doing this to me? Like, I remember, like, yeah, because I was thinking racing, but we did rock and roll racing on the stream.
Yeah, we did.
That was one of my favorites.
I think we played that before.
Yeah.
There's like crazy music, and like, obviously knockoff music. But it's still, like, even though it's like a pixel version. Oh, you know, I don't think, have we ever done Lost Vikings?
Lost Vikings is a puzzle game, dude.
Yeah. But that was just another cool Blizzard game. Right around the time of, I was thinking of Kirby. Trying to figure out what other, like, for Super Nintendo, I remember I had a Final Fight, the Street Fighters, and World Combats.
No, we could play Super Back to the Future too.
We did play that.
I think we did.
On Japan, like the Japanese version.
Only on Japan.
Yep. Which was like a halfway decent Super Nintendo Back to the Future game.
Oh.
Which Kirby?
With my babe.
This thing's got some animation to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Weird Super Nintendo games.
Oh, we should play Kirby's Dream Course, the golfing game. I don't know if we should. Like,
Kirby, you told me there's a Kirby golfing game on SNES?
Yes.
Good.
Me and my girlfriend play it a lot. It's great.
That sounds like to me like a Mega Man soccer game on SNES.
It's good stuff.
We played Booger Man.
Have we?
Yeah.
We played Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, I do. I specifically remember.
I think we need to have a gross out day. Name all the 90s gross out games. Earthworm Jim, Booger Man.
Booger Man.
There's got to be a Garbage Pail Kids game or some shit. Pepsi Man's technically a gross out game.
Is it?
Because of the guy.
Oh, because like the guy.
Because the main character guy, not Pepsi Man. Conquer, gross out game.
Oh yeah, sure.
Play Fighters is a gross out game.
Play Fighter.
Primal Rage.
Primal Rage is a gross out game. You piss on people and shit.
Yeah, fart, like chaos farts.
Yeah. You maybe actually learn how to play Primal Rage.
Dude.
It's a tough game to be good at.
I bet, but like ketchup and mustard were dominating.
Yeah.
When they had that.
Like the few people that figured out how to play it.
Oh yeah, Menard won. Who was he using?
So, Mena won the biggest Street Fighter 6 tournament with guess which character?
I didn't miss it. I won't see with the chat. He won with Lily.
Good guess.
Yeah.
He's also been
Jamie.
a Luke main.
Luke?
Was a Luke main in Street Fighter 5, just won the championship with Luke,
Yeah.
you know, earlier this year. Also used Luke in this tournament, but it wasn't the character that won the tournament. Mena won with Blanca.
Blanca, wow.
So the whole audience was going, and the shit, like, there's now a new audience trend that the Yipes was sort of like encouraging of like acting like a gorilla and shit.
Like a gorilla.
Which is the whole fucking Blanca.
So was he just doing crazy Blanca-chan setups?
He was doing Blanca-chan setups and like gimmicks galore.
Damn.
Like there's no way for you to block all of Blanca's gimmicks.
Yeah.
So what he was kind of doing was throwing Blanca at people first and trying to take anything. Take a round, take a game.
Yeah.
And if you did, then he got a game with Blanca.
Yeah.
So when shit got serious, he switched to Luke. So he'd switch to Luke and close out. But Blanca would be able to take matches. Yeah. So people had to, once people figured out Blanca, he would lose and then switch to Luke and finish it up.
Damn.
But in the final set, in the grand finals, there was no reset. He never lost. He just won 3 straight games with Blanca.
Damn. You know, it's funny because like who plays like that? Yeah, like I said, we said it earlier, but it was like I think it's Ketchup or one of the Ketchup brothers, the Ketchup and Mustard. They had Blanca on this ridiculous setup. So it's just like
crazy shit.
It's like hard to block. I'm surprised Sonic Fox didn't play Blanca because they just love setup frame trap characters.
Yeah. A lot of people are like down on JP right now, but I think it's just gonna take some like Japanese players show that no, JP's still super fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm super curious how Evo's gonna roll out, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm super curious.
Sonic tried Blanca? Really?
The fact that there was like no JPs at all in top 24 was like, what? I don't think there was any Kens. I know there was one Ken.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. There was a lot of juries and a lot of Manons.
Wow.
We saw a lot of that in top 8.
Wow, yeah, Monaco's dude, yeah. It's so good. Like, if she can get to like 4 or something like that early.
Yeah,
you get to 4 and win, like, you know, win, and like, oh.
So it was happening. The audience, when Manon levels up, chat goes 1. I'm sorry. The audience goes 2 every time she gets a good 3. And when she got to 5, they flipped up 5.
Yep.
Like it becomes the biggest threat. And when people started booing the grand finals competitors because they were skipping the intros.
Ooh.
Because what was happening during top 8s was as the characters are walking out to the intros, the whole audience was like, yeah! When I'm here for a fight and it's on, like everyone was screaming and shit, yeah! So they started skipping the intros and they're like, boo! They started screaming. I'm like, this is great. This is some wonderful audience engagement on Street Fighter 6's end.
That's awesome.
Everyone got all pissed.
You could be like a heel. You could be like, skip, skip it. Just be a heel.
Audience loves that shit, man.
Yeah, see some heel turn tactics. Yep. Crowd is going ham. That's awesome.
This is some Final Fantasy VI stuff.
Damn.
Chat, how long after meeting Grandpa is it to the forest
The end of the game, Simmons?
Oh.
Oh, this
You saw this.
Yeah. This is literally in the trailer.
Cell Scream is legendary, yup. Cell Scream in a stadium of thousands of people is fucking awesome.
It's like the next part.
Mario's having a bad day.
Yeah, Cell Scream is freaking dope. And the thing is, there was just so many cells at the time.
Because that was early Dragon Ball and Cell was just had to be on the team.
Oh man, I'll throw
Swim back up. This is what made these old school RPGs great. Like they varied the gameplay up all the time. That's why FF7 is like, I think, one of the more notable RPGs, is that they always gave you different weird shit to do throughout the game. Like constantly, you know? The Dream Team was the same people that made RPGs, Mario RPGs, same people that made Chrono Trigger, FF6, and FF7. It's all the same people. They knew that, right? They knew that you had to add all this variety to these games and all these like weird mini games.
Dude, you know what I forgot? When we were hanging out with Kenny Omega, I forgot to talk to him about his wrestling game.
I did too.
I totally forgot, man. I wanted to like fucking give him
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, we were talking about his entrance.
Yeah, I had a big conversation with him about his Sephiroth entrance, and I won't go into the details, but I'm like, I pretty much asked him, how the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did you get the licensing to that song? And I had a big conversation with him, and it was very interesting, but I'll let him tell the story.
Yeah. But then I totally forgot to ask him, like, and just shoot the shit with him about his game because he made sure it played like the old N64 games and stuff like that.
But that comes out like next week.
Oh yes, right? I can't.
We're gonna have to play that.
Yes.
We should definitely have a wrestling game day.
Oh yeah,
like classic wrestling games and
right before that comes out.
Yeah.
Because there's all the N64 ones, dude. Because they play just like the 64 ones. Hockey Day, yes. Hockey Day. I still remember my first Hockey wrestling game. I'm like, oh my god.
For me, it was WCW versus NWO Revenge. Yeah. That game was huge. But I have a kind of a soft spot looking back at the NetherRealm / Midway wrestling games.
Oh yeah.
Like the Mortal Kombat-y looking ones. Like, they have some crazy combos and shit.
Dude,
in them. Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, they had some KI combos.
It's crazy to see, like, Bret Hart doing, like, 10 hitters.
Yeah.
Tadpoles.
We met the Young Bucks a bit. They were at an Evo, and one of the Young Bucks gave Steve a super kick. Tasty Steve was one of the first guys to ever he was the first FGC guy to get a super kick. Who remembers that, chat? They were mad because Tasty Steve was commentating and his commentary was a little biased, and they gave Tasty Steve a super kick off the stage and onto the crowd. That's one of the coolest moments. Yeah, at E3, rest in peace. Yeah.
That news further bummed me out. This got sad all over again. Where it's like E3 for 2024 and 2025 has been canceled. I'm like,
jeez, man.
God damn it, dude.
You know, like,
it's really done.
It's dead.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, well, you know what was exciting? Like, if you drove around LA, like, a day, like, a couple of days, 5 days, and the banners are going
exactly,
up,
dude.
And the hype is coming. The hype is coming, yep. Bro.
Everyone's coming from all corners of the earth for this shit. Like, it was incredible.
Yeah, man. I remember, like, I used to go by the convention center a week before, and then the
big-ass Final Fantasy murals and shit. Yep.
You start showing up all over LA, and it's like, Christmas.
Like, I remember getting closer. We had the park so far away from the convention because we couldn't afford it.
Yep.
But I remember, like, getting closer to it, and there's, like, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 posters that are, like, different every single time I go down, like, a boulevard. I'm like, oh my god, we're getting there, man. Here we go.
You know what I used to do? I used to take the subway. Yeah. Because the subway, I could park for free.
And
then the subway,
we debated doing
that. Like, because, like, oh, you want to park around the convention center?
We didn't have that much money, so parking was really expensive.
You know, like $30, and especially at, like, the time in, like, the 2000s, that was a lot to us.
Yep.
So I remember, I could park for free and take the subway for a couple bucks. Dude, yeah, you get out of the subway and...
E3 killed itself, Chad. If you want, like, a big reason, E3 just killed itself. The ESA made the stupidest possible decisions it possibly could. Unfortunately. And it just killed itself. People tried to step in and help out, but it was too late.
Yeah, I mean, like, later, but see, now later on, like, when we, you know, had more money and better jobs, then we would park there.
Yeah, now it's like, you know, I value my time.
Yes, exactly, you know?
So I'm going to pay for parking.
Yeah, and especially when we have now, like, the cover, because before we went, because we were just like, we just want to play this stuff.
Yeah.
Now we're going there to actually cover games and to talk to people and get, like, footage and stuff.
Exactly.
But, like, when we were younger, we were just like, dude, we just want to play games and get t-shirts and, you know, see all the new stuff. Now we're going there like, we have an appointment at this time. We have a thing at this time, and, you know, so yeah, now it's $40, you know.
E3 is like work for me now, bro. I gotta get there.
Yeah.
I'd say like, yeah, until like 2013,
Yeah.
E3 was essentially leisure
Yes.
for me. You know, 2012, 2012 was when it became like work, where we had to cover shit, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't really get to enjoy E3 at all. I had to cover shit.
Yeah, and that's almost early. It was like, especially when KI.
Yeah, KI was 2013.
Yeah, and that's when I remember you were really starting to cover KI, and you had like JJ help.
Yeah, I
and
have to go
stuff.
capture things.
Yeah.
I gotta go do this. We gotta go do that. And every
Yeah.
E3 like that has like work.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was one of the first ones we started all going together
Yes,
too.
as you have video games.
Yeah, as the OVG. I remember KI was there and we were playing and just having fun. And like from then on, that's when it started becoming like, yeah, oh wow, we're gonna have to cover stuff. But before then, yeah.
What did they do? The parent company that ran E3 made it insanely expensive. Expensive to the point where companies just don't see the value of going to that show anymore and paying the exorbitant prices. They also leaked the data, emails, and information of thousands of people because they were fucking inept.
Yeah.
And that really pissed everybody off. This was like the last big E3.
And it was a simple way that it got leaked. It was like everyone who signed up
was
for
so
like,
dumb.
It was like, oh hey, would you want more like details on E3? Just click yes. And it was everyone that clicked yes.
Got fucked over.
They got fucked over. If you hit no, then yeah.
You know, the standard mega corporation bullshit.
Yeah.
And it was all they had, and it was just pure incompetence, you know? Putting in no effort. And then finally, you know, the guys that run, like ReedPop, the guys that run, PAX, stepped in and were trying to salvage it.
Damn.
They were trying to like, okay, so let's do all this stuff to make it like what people have been asking for E3 forever. And E3 2023 was going to be that. It sounded like an amazing show, but the bridges had already been burned.
Damn.
Right? And ESA wasn't changing their pricing on a lot of stuff from what I understand. And nobody wanted to go and spend that money.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because
it costs so much money. And here's the other thing. You know what? The first wound to E3 was actually Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
when they made Directs.
Nintendo Directs, yep. Where they're like, we don't need E3 to be our stage anymore for the world. We'll just make our stage for the world. And yeah, at that point, from going forward, now every company has their own like personal Nintendo Directs.
Oh,
they don't need the E3 stage.
And it's just wild, man. It's just like if they could have gone the PAX direction and just have like a big, like, hey, this is going to be the media day, and then turn it into a cool, you know, circus. Like
we were kind of getting there.
We were getting there
on 2019.
Yep.
Like you could show up there at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
and for 3 hours it would be nobody else is on the floor except like media to get your stuff done. Yeah. And then like it opened up to everybody after, which was okay.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh, there's something. Oh my god, this is actually kind of great. But they were promoting for 2023 the idea that 2 days would be dedicated media days, completely. And then the rest of the days are essentially open to the public. And I'm like, that's perfect. Literally what Simmons is bitching about his entire E3 existence. That they finally give us just the days to do the things we need to do.
And yeah, they could have made it cheaper, and then they could have just made the money from most of the public attending E3.
Yeah.
You know, like instead of charging these video game companies. Yeah.
Yeah, because when the public was actually like, when they were really, it was really exclusive.
Yeah.
It cost like $1,000 to go.
Yes.
Like it was very expensive.
And so there was barely any
unless
public.
you had an industry invite.
Yeah, and everybody was like industry. There was hardly anybody that was willing to pay the $1,000.
Yeah.
There might have been a few, but like, yeah.
Most people found a way in without it.
Yeah.
However, E3, you have to realize what it means outside of just playing like previews for games for content creators. It essentially allows an opportunity for people with smaller budget production games or people looking for industry jobs to get in and speak to people that work at these companies to actually have like an in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It isn't just for content creators, right?
Yeah.
It isn't only for that. The whole point is that deals are being made behind the scenes and jobs and opportunities are being created.
Yeah.
And that's gone. Like that, there's no more big public outlook for that. Now like the networking opportunities outside of being a content creator, which they do exist, but like the internal networking opportunities at a Summer Games Fest aren't nearly as much as they were before. Like crazy shit could go down at an E3, like a Kingdom Hearts situation, you know? Which is almost like related to E3 in some way, but technically not. Where like you get a couple people in an elevator and they just say hi to each other and they know who each other are, and goddamn, you get Kingdom Hearts as a result. You know, that could happen at E3. but not anymore because it's gone.
I remember when I snuck into the very exclusive, the Summer Game Fest E3.
Yeah.
Me and Steve, and we were just like walking around, and we were in the elevator, and someone goes, "Hey, hold the elevator!" And you know, I thought about it for a second. I was gonna push close, but I held it, and then I held the elevator. Reggie Fields, a male, came in with some Nintendo guys. So I held the elevator. I was like,
"Oh God!"
Oh! Holy shit! I have that picture somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll have to like find it. But like, I held the elevator, and Reggie comes in. And it's funny because he could walk around this E3 because it was the very small one.
This is like the industry one.
Yeah, it's the industry. So it'd be like Summer Game Fest. He could pretty much, he'd be able to walk around Summer Game Fest and like, you know, it wouldn't be that bad.
For sure.
Yeah, so literally, yeah, it was hilarious, bro.
Because E3 kind of like, the normal E3, the public E3 kind of turned into PAX.
Yes.
You know, PAX and Comic-Con.
And now, it's like it's on some phone, and maybe I have to check. I think I could check maybe on my Facebook.
Gabby Berry, thank you.
But I have that photo somewhere.
Oh, we got a $100 donation. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sayano says, "Thank you for your thank you, Ripley."
Yeah,
Ripley said thank you, chat. That's very sweet of you, Sayano. Thank you. Yeah, but granted, as like, you know, an outsider that's like in the industry and has access, going to E3 for the swag was incredible.
Oh.
This fucking the early 2000s swag at E3 was
the
like
majority of
the Noel's place, and look at all this shit we got, bro. Look at I got like,
you know what? It was amazing, and it was so great because I would take it back to my kids. There'd be some like wild, crazy swag. I remember sometimes they had like this inflatable.
They made some insane things.
Insane
T-shirts. I mean, granted, they still do that, but like a ton of stuff.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny that me and JJ became like swag lords. Me and her would used to go like would team up and like
in the 2010s E3s.
The 2010s. And I have like cool like store. I used to know how to get the best swag because I would talk to some like the people who work in the booth, and I'm like, hey, is there some like swag that you want? If it's something
Kenny
I
would
wanted,
fancy talk the ladies.
I would fancy talk the ladies, or I would go on Zelda quests.
Yes.
I would go on side quests for the people that had the cool swag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, my daughter wants you know, the Just Dance shirt. I'm like, oh, I know someone from Just Dance, so I would go there, get the Just Dance, and she's like, what things do you want? And I'm like,
and they make you do something stupid on stage or something, and then they give it to you.
Yeah, and I would like, oh my god. So I'd go back to the lady, and then like she would give me like the most rare shirt or the most difficult thing to get.
Hey, sweetie.
Good night to Daddy.
You saying good night?
Yeah.
Come here.
Dude, and JJ was my swag getting partner at E3.
You going to bed?
Yeah, dude, and that.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Before Kenny, I was with Welzenbach.
Welzenbach.
Yeah,
nice.
you guys were swag lords at E3.
Oh, I know. We would pretend that we were married. Because we just ended up always being together.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, you guys married? Like, they kept always asking that question.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, this is for our kids. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like we just made a joke. They're saying, like, yeah, we get married during E3 and then we divorce after the end of E3. So we become ex-wives. Ex-wife and ex-husband.
Yeah, no, Chad. I made it into a legit side quest game. I would side quest and get like the best stuff because sometimes there'd be like a 2-hour line to get in the booth to get the shirt. So then I would just talk to the person. I'm like, hey, like you're stuck here all day. Like, is there a cool swag or something you would want to get?
And then we work as a team. He said something that he didn't want or I didn't want. We would get like double or something. Or say, yeah, we want this for a kid, and we give it to Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like during the Arkham time, like they had all the shirts.
Gotta brush your teeth.
Every single one of the Arkham shirts.
Ripley, bye bye.
Bow. Oh, she wants her bow in her hair. Yeah, Chad.
Kids got things to do.
I got it down to a science.
Never trading Konami swag for Capcom swag?
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, I remember the huge press kits they would give out for like Metal Gear 3 and Metal Gear 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
Those were really cool.
Bojack still has the vinyl.
They're just like, here you go. There's like giving like anybody's interested in our video games, here you go. Now it's like they don't need, like these companies don't need to like pander to audiences to get you interested in stuff because the video games are so much bigger than they were in the 2000s, right? Just exponentially bigger than before.
Dude, man, those good times, man.
Yo, Nico.
Are we ready for the best song? Are we ready for the best song?
Crank it.
Are we ready for the best song?
Crank it.
Yeah!
Crank it for the chat.
Man, that's some Mario RPG music.
Is this Yoko Shinomura just cooking?
Yes!
Damn, this is the field music of the game?
No, this is the forest music. Forest maze.
Damn, that SNES. There's smoke coming out of it, chat. Whoops.
Yeah, that's a banger, man.
Pretty good. I do remember that song. Damn. She's going to not just like remaster that track. That shit's gonna get completely like remade. It's not gonna be just an SNES sound chip doing it.
Yep.
It's gonna get orchestrated.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what? Then then E3 really started sucking. Is when like resellers started coming in there.
Like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mean when people were going there for the swag to sell the swag?
Just to sell it.
Yeah, the same stuff that kind of ruined Comic-Con. But people made it a job to go and what is reselling called?
Yep.
What's the term for reselling? You know,
reselling.
Not there's like a term
scalping.
for it. Scalping.
Just scalping.
When the scalpers showed up,
Yeah.
to buy things out and then just put them on eBay.
Yep. Yep. And I would just literally I would go there to like get stuff for myself or kids.
Yes.
Especially when it was like Disney Infinity. I got my kids the whole freaking lineup before the game even came out.
Just a buck, thank you.
Yeah, and then I just remembered later on, there'd be scalpers because I'd see them every year and they just do that. I'm like,
Yeah, now companies have to put shit in check. You know, a lot of companies do that where it's like, you can only buy 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They even just have like, you know, it's... Yeah, it's like legit, that's the worst hustle.
Max and TGS, you also see this happen too, because it's literally people's jobs, you know?
Oh yeah, Keanu,
it's literally their jobs.
You were in the chat when I gave Matt the Doom pin.
It happened.
Yep.
It was the other stream from yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
It was when we were eating chips.
Yep.
E3 2019 was the last one with the FF7R bike. Yep. Yep. The 7 remake booth. It was the...
Where's Yoshi? Wrong.
I mean, it was definitely a good one. You know, I'm pretty thankful that 2019 was the last big E3 because it was literally the E3 of Final Fantasy VII, and that to me that meant a lot. If that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have my story. If that E3, I would not have had the moment of going to the back and actually like talking to the devs and all that shit. I would not have had my story. E3 allowed that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Huge bees. You know, if there's one thing I'm sick of fighting, Simmons, in FF15, 16? The fucking bees.
Oh, dang.
These goddamn trash... Hey, it's Donkey Kong.
Yep.
Hey, these goddamn trash fire bees that are just easy to kill. And just annoying and in my way.
Right.
I'm just sort of...
You just use the Phoenix, like, teleport.
Yeah,
so
dash to him and just hit him a whole bunch. I want some big 6-foot bee. But I have to, like, break its armor and will. I have to break this beast's will. Damn, Donkey Kong really is punished here. It really is just Donkey Kong. He's dying. How much is this gonna look like DK in the new one?
It's in the trailer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it just DK?
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
Does he have a tie? Oh. Oh. This would be a Killer Instinct character.
Finish.
That's my RPG.
The end.
The end.
The end. Let's look for some of these freaky games that chat keeps talking about. Did you save it or something?
I saved it close enough.
Alright.